Hi children, welcome back. Let us learn bigger, smaller and biggest and smallest from Mathemagic, a textbook in mathematics for class 1. Open page number 3 in your textbook. Let us learn which is bigger, which is smaller. You have two things or two persons, you can make a comparison. If you have two things or two persons or anything in two, then you can say which is bigger and which is smaller. So here in this case, this is hippo and this is a dog. Can you tell me which is bigger, which is smaller? The hippo is bigger, right? The hippo is bigger, right? You tick on this hippo, right? Okay, but if you see hippo only, then you will say it's big. If you see only dog, you will say it is small. You are comparing with yourself, right? Suppose you see a hill. You immediately say that is big. If you have another hill nearby, you will say this is bigger and this is smaller. The comparison is between these two, right? Here also the hippo is bigger and dog is smaller. So which is smaller? The dog is smaller. Okay, see here we have two leaves, one big leaf and one small leaf. So which is smaller? The leaf on the right side is smaller. Let us tick here. Okay. Next, here you see a cow and a squirrel. So can you tell me which is smaller? This squirrel is smaller. Let us tick on this. Okay. Now you see two boys are playing with tire. Now you see two boys are playing with tire. This is one kind of play you will see in villages. They keep the tire rolling while playing. That is the game. Can you tell me which tire is smaller? This is one tire, this is another. This is small on the left side. When these two are compared, this is smaller. So let us tick here. This is smaller. And this one is bigger, right? So in the above case, cow is bigger than the squirrel. On the left side, this leaf, this is looking like banana tree leaf. This is bigger. Okay, now open page number 4. When you have more than two items, two persons or any two things, then the comparison is made with biggest and smallest. Here the words bigger and here biggest. This came from the word big. This is an adjective. Bigger and biggest are comparative adjectives. Big, bigger, biggest. And similarly, you have small, smaller, smallest. Similarly, you have small, smaller, smallest. When you are referring to only one item, then you may say it big or small. When you are comparing two things like this, hippo and dog, you will say whether it is bigger or smaller. And when you are comparing more than two, then biggest and smallest. Okay, here you see 3 trees, right? Just by looking at these, you can say which is smallest, which is biggest. Smallest is smallest of all these three. So, can you tell me which is the smallest tree here? This one, this one, this one. Definitely not these two. So, this is smallest, right? You tick here. This is the smallest tree. Okay, and which is the biggest tree in this? This is the biggest tree, right? Let us mark the biggest. This is biggest. And below, you see three animals here. One is dog, another is cat, and this one is elephant. So, can you tell me which is the biggest of these three? I know you will say that it is elephant. Elephant is biggest, right? Of all these three, elephant is the biggest. So, you tick here. This is biggest. And can you tell me which is the smallest of these three? Is it dog? No. There is a cat here that is smallest of all these three. Right? So let us make a small tick here. This is smallest. Okay? Below you see three fruits: mango, watermelon, and cherry. So can you tell me which is the smallest? Is it mango? I don't think so. Is it cherry? Yes, it is. See? Watermelon, biggest of these three. And this cherry is the smallest. The cherry is the smallest fruit here. So tick here. This is the smallest. So which is the biggest fruit in these three? It is watermelon. So this is biggest. And cherry is the smallest fruit. You see here on the right side, a boy is making bubbles. Have you ever played like this? It's very simple. You can make it or ask your parents to make it for you. This is a soap solution, and if you blow it through a small hole, wire, it gets bubbles. It creates bubbles, right? So this boy has created some bubbles. How many bubbles are there? 4 bubbles here. One more is coming up. Okay, so can you tell me which is the smallest of these 4 bubbles? It is here. This is smallest, right? Yes. And which is the biggest? This is the biggest. Okay. So what is the spelling of small? S-M-A-L-L. Small. What is the spelling of smaller? S-M-A-L-L-E-R. Smaller. Smallest. S-M-A-L-L-E-S-T. Smallest. Here the big. What is the spelling? B-I-G. Big. Bigger. B-I-G-G-E-R. Bigger. Biggest. B-I-G-G-E-S-T. Biggest. These are comparative adjectives. You can try near your home. If some trees are there, you can find out which is the smallest tree and which is the biggest tree. If you see some birds like pigeons, sparrows and crows, you can tell which is biggest and which is smallest bird. You will have some fruits at home, right? Maybe grapes, mango, watermelon, oranges, or anything. You look at all the fruits and see which one is bigger and which one is smaller. When you look at the trees, you will have some trees with small leaves and some trees with big leaves. So try to make out which one is smaller and which one is bigger. Okay? Okay children, we'll meet again to learn more in the next class.